reached its breaking point with seriously ill COVID patients. Every bed filled, every inch of ICU taken as the coronavirus pandemic surges and larger hospitals around the state are unable to help. CBS 12's Lily Ortiz is at Lakeside Medical Center in Belle Glade.
They are in a bind here at Lakeside Medical Center as larger facilities across the state cannot facilitate the sick patients. A hospital spokesperson tells us that they have since doubled the number of ICU beds to 12. They stopped all elective surgeries here, and the need is so dire here as the number of unvaccinated COVID-19 positive patients continue to spike. Lakeside Medical Center in Belle Glade says over 90% of its hospitalized COVID-19 patients are not vaccinated. In total, 34 patients with the average age of 58. The hospital is out of room and running out of options on where to send them.
We had heard Orlando and Orange County would be an option. That fell through early this morning.
Which is why Palm Beach County Commissioner Melissa McKinley has not only called out-of-state hospitals in hopes of transferring the sick patients there, she has also reached out to Governor DeSantis to declare a local state of emergency.
They've got 5 patients in their emergency room who are in desperate, urgent need of an ICU level of care. I want something. What I don't want is a request for 5 caskets because I've had 5 people die while waiting for emergency health care.
Commissioner McKinley believes this major move could bring some much needed federal assistance and funding.
It would free up some of our procurement processes, our ability to purchase supplies or staff. Make those contracts. It makes it a little bit easier.
With the right equipment, including ventilators and monitors, West Palm Beach Dr. Olayemi Osiemi says smaller facilities can create makeshift ICUs.
It's happening currently in other states right now.
He says we saw this last year nationwide. Things improved in the state of New York after they received federal help.
The federal government could send the U.S. Navy to bring a ship or install a new ICU.
Commissioner McKinley says in the meantime, they could send sick patients to VA hospitals. That has been proven successful. Meantime, the healthcare district of Palm Beach County wants to remind everyone of these free walk-up COVID-19 vaccination clinics. It's for people 12 and older. It's throughout the Glades community, and this one is right outside the hospital, and it's open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Today, Palm Beach County leaders will meet with local health officials. And during those talks, we should all get an update exactly what's happening in our communities with COVID and what is next to fight this virus. I want to go to Kara Duffy now, live in West Palm Beach for us this morning with some of the ideas on the table to help stop the spread of COVID and also, Kara, to keep all of us in the loop day to day with so much developing in this pandemic. Kara?
Yeah, Ashley, at this point, we all hope we would be in the clear by now, but that's simply not the case. And right now, there is a wide range of COVID concerns that Palm Beach County Commissioners, well, they hope to tackle later today. This right here is the agenda for today's meeting. It's more than 100 pages long. But in it, it shows we will be hearing from the top health official with the Florida Department of Health in Palm Beach County, Dr. Alina Alonso, with an update on COVID cases in our area. In the meantime, county commissioners like Greg Weiss, he tells CBS 12 News he plans to bring up some of his own concerns at this meeting, like the push for more Palm Beach County employees to get vaccinated. He suggested that the county require but not pay for weekly testing of unvaccinated employees. The commissioner says he'd also like to see the county bring back daily updates with the latest COVID data like case count, hospitalizations, and death rates. As of right now, the Florida Department of Health reports that information to the CDC every day, but it only releases that information once a week to the public.
It doesn't have all the demographic information. It's missing a lot of the signs to tell us where we need to be going and what we need to be doing to help get more people vaccinated and slow the spread.
Meanwhile, Commissioners Maria Sachs and Melissa McKinley plan to address similar concerns, and that's an urgent need for ICU care, with some hospitals running out of room and options when it comes to where to send COVID patients. We already know one local hospital in Belle Glade, that's McKinley's district, is at max. Finally, we get to concerns over back to school. Today marks just 1 week since students in Palm Beach County returned to the classroom, and as of right now, more than 1,000 of those students forced to quarantine with no remote learning option. That is something that commissioners tell us they plan to address at today's meeting, which is set to get underway at 9:30. Again, this agenda more than 100 pages long. Commissioner Sachs telling me that she expects it to be a long one.
The Delta variant continues to put a strain on our healthcare system. Officials are taking steps to make treatments more available.
Monoclonal antibody infusions have been approved by the FDA for emergency use. These treatments help the immune system fight off COVID-19. And as our Lexi Nall reports tonight, it can be a game changer for vulnerable people who could not take the vaccine or people who have been recently exposed to COVID.
Nurses here at Mobile Medical are packing up their bags and going from Fort Lauderdale to Sebastian to deliver monoclonal antibody treatments. And they say that the demand is hard to keep up with. These treatments are so popular, they're fielding dozens of requests every day.
This bag would be empty here.
As COVID cases continue to climb across South Florida, nurses with Mobile Medical Associates spend their days administering monoclonal antibody treatments like Regeneron. It's a special cocktail of antibodies designed to mimic the body's natural immune defense against COVID-19.
Some people are unable to get the vaccine. Some people did get the vaccine, but then they're finding out that the vaccine just didn't protect them. And then they're like, well, let me try something different and see if that provides me the protection.
The Palm City company just got its first Regeneron shipments last week, and already their schedule is jammed with appointments to deliver these infusions to people at home.
We'll actually go to the home after assessing whether that patient is symptomatic, was possibly exposed to COVID, or at high risk.
The treatments are not a substitute for inoculation, but officials are hoping they could help slow this new wave of COVID infections.
We're going to bring in a lot more Regeneron into Florida, which I think is important, but also just to raise awareness that this is the most effective treatment that we've yet encountered for people who are actually infected with COVID-19.
Governor Ron DeSantis pledging to make those treatments more widely available across the state as COVID patients overwhelm local hospitals, filling ICU beds and forcing some facilities to once again cancel elective surgeries. The governor says he wants to see more rapid response units stocked with these treatments to get them out to patients all over Florida. We've got more about that and the mobile services available in our area on CBS12.com.